me tell you something, brother. You better get ready for the tag team event of the century, dude. It's not happening in the ring. It's happening on your speakers with the most bodacious, the most hilarious podcast of all time. Ooh, yeah, dig it? It's a podcast that's more unpredictable than Hogan ratting out Ventura and the boys to Vince at WrestleMania 3. We were this close to health insurance and retirement funds, brother. This close. Oh, wow, Macho, this is what we're doing? Okay. So these two dudes with attitude, they're taking you on a wild ride, brother, all throughout wrestling history. Pay-per-view reviews, watch-along matches. These dudes are the true originators of the madness that Macho Man claims to be all about, Jack. Well, yeah, brother. Well, how about saying your prayers, taking your vitamins, and letting your friend record you bouncing around in the bedroom with his old lady? Well, let me tell you something, Macho Man. At least me and none of the maniacs took Stephanie McMahon to her junior prom. Ooh.
Is Hogan selling the face/throat? Pause.
He said he's selling the face and throat.
I didn't mean like selling face. Did I just say that?
So all you Hulkamaniacs and jabronis, grab your vitamins, eat your Nugenics, strap in, and get ready for more grabs than a 5-star Meltzer Classic in the Tokyo Dome, brother. Don't miss out. Ooh, yeah. This podcast's gonna be hotter than a habanero in hell. So grab your headphones and let the madness begin. Dig it? Ooh, yeah.
That's right, Macho and Hogan. What the fucking D? Cause you motherfuckers, this evening had us watching some stuff. Boy, oh boy, we about to get into it. You already know who it is. It's BADVIC in the building. With the homie, the Wiseman, for episode 6 of the BA and the Wiseman show. What's good with y'all? And what's good, Wiseman? How you doing? Getting ready for this extravagant evening of
I was
raps.
good. I was good today up until I got reminded of how terrible this main event is.
Yeah, man.
But other than that, outside of main event antics, pretty good, man. Pretty good.
That's what's up.
What is this bullshit, to say lightly, that you've instilled upon us today?
Yeah. I don't know if anybody remembers in the mid to even late 90s, certain pay-per-view series we haven't talked about yet here used to come on in the month of March, considering that's where we're sitting now as this episode comes to y'all ears. This is the pay-per-view called, in the font that looks like somebody was just kidnapped, Uncensored, folks. That's pay-per-view used to come on in competition with ECW's emerging name as Extreme Championship Wrestling. And even though WWF hadn't entered the Attitude Era yet, they felt like at WCW, because a lot of the guys you see here in this era of WCW, they were coming from, you know where, ECW, by way of where they actually were from, their independent circuits around the world. So yeah, so the specific year we're getting into, Wiseman, is 1996, man. And I picked this year for a particular reason because honestly, and I'll get into it in more detail in a second, these aren't pay-per-views that require any sort of parental guidance more than any other pay-per-view, if any lesser than. I don't think a parent will want to sit around and watch the main event that we're going to mention, let alone most kids, I'm sure, because I didn't buy this one growing up, man. Did not. So to that point, seeing it after the fact and hearing about it, the year 1996, Uncensored, live from Tupelo, Kansas. Tupelo? How do you pronounce that? Mississippi.
Tupelo, Mississippi. Nah, you're good, man. Tupelo, Mississippi.
Sorry, Tupelo. My bad, y'all. If y'all care enough, y'all probably wanted us to butcher this to know that this even happened in your city. Yeah, this is the second edition of it. It started up in 1995 to that point, man. So yeah, Wiseman, before I get into ranting and raving about how ridiculous this particular pay-per-view is, what are your questions? Do you have any questions about like why, who, what the, type shit? Like, there's so much, man.
Yes. Okay. So first of all, I got a couple questions. One, who the fuck was Colonel Robert Parker? which you don't have to answer them right now. Once we get to the actual segments, you can answer them. One, who the fuck was Colonel Robert Parker, and why is he wrestling Medusa? Why does the Belfast Bruiser have half a shoulder pad on? Who cleared a gimmick named the Booty Man that isn't Billy Gunn?
Ooh. Great question.
And why did this main event even get booked? If you have answers to those, I would love to know those from here on through the end.
Oh man, as they say in most passing of the buck situations, don't kill the messenger. I got some answers, but you may not like a lot of them. A lot of them is gonna just be, 1996 WCW, man, before the NWO showed up. And speaking of, we keep alluding to this main event. It concerns a very foundational member of the NWO. One and the only Big T, Hulk Hogan, as we know him, in your media guides and such, and your t-shirts, teaming up with Macho Man, the guy he gives the big leg drop to a few months down the road here, after he vanishes after this pay-per-view, essentially. But they're fighting what's called the Alliance to End Hulkamania. If I had E-Ray's megaphone effect, it would be right there, because that's a mouthful, folks. That is a mouthful. What? And pause on that mouthful, because, like, whoa, there's a lot of dudes in this, a lot of random dudes. So to that point, this main event consists of Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, not in his gear. I gotta say that. The man from whatever part of the world you're afraid of, or something like that, they said. The man called Ming. Who else? Kevin Sullivan, the Taskmaster. The Barbarian, his homie, that's his tag team partner as always, as far as Ming goes. Randomly, Lex Luger. Also randomly, you get none other than Hulk Hogan's biggest rivalry, at least in the motion picture world, Z Gangsta, aka Zeus, from one of my favorite episodes of the BA show era, the No Holds Barred episode we did. And then finally, none other than a gentleman named The Ultimate Solution. Yeah.
It's a terrible name.
I'll get into the history around the Ultimate Solution. I hope you guys are sitting down when we get to that stuff. It's some decisions that were made, some choices that weren't really checked and balanced. I feel like they did not run through too many channels. I think they just ran straight to the booking card, and howbeit, hey, the booker is in the main event. Kevin Sullivan was booking WCW at this time. So yeah, you do the math there, brother. But then that's all being said, we get a match that wasn't on, a bunch of matches that they had, a bunch of like blackout matches, black matches.
Dark matches.
There you go. I said blackout matches. Dark matches, yes, that were not televised. They had, I'm going to read these off just to have a list of them. Mr. JL, no idea who the fuck that is. Beat Dean Malenko in 3 minutes. Like
Jerry Lynn.
Oh, Jerry Lynn? But I never knew they called him Mr. JL. Wow,
that's Jerry Lynn defeats Dean Malenko.
And this is the Cruiserweight Champion tournament, as we find out when the card opens up. No, Cohen is not that champion, but he's wrestling in this tournament. We'll talk about it a little bit later. But Jim Duggan wrestles Big Bubba Rogers, aka the Big Boss Man. Okay. Dick Slater, the guy that's outside of the ring with Colonel Robert Parker in his weird match with Medusa that I think he might have paid for. Fights Alex Wright, Das Wonder Kid with his little hunch, Shout out to Alex Wright. And then the Steiner brothers wrestled the Nasty Boys in a no contest. They just threw shit on for people walking into the arena, I think.
That was Hogan.
Who wants to see that?
Hogan got him that spot. That was it.
Good call, Wiseman. Yes,
Yeah.
he's one of the. They are a couple of the people that just kind of rode in on Hogan's coattails into the WCW. Excuse me. So yeah, those are your dark matches. Wow, I'd have been mad walking into that. That arena like, whoa, this is what you're giving us before we even get into it. Yeah, but luckily, if the card starts, you get a great match. Always, we are not deserving of the matches we get to start most WCW pay-per-views in the years of 1995 through like 1997/8. This year we get in this pay-per-view Eddie Guerrero in his in the full gear strapped outfit, aka babyface, big babyface Eddie Guerrero, versus Conan, who's tweening / transitioning into K-Dog. You see him wearing his like Mexican gear he would wear when he would be wrestling lucha. Like
looks like
super,
Mexican Ultimate Warrior, like with the tassels and shit. It looks weird.
It makes me think of his Max Moon gimmick when he was in WWF. When I see that loud colors and tassels,
is way worse. That
mask and all that stuff. Yeah,
nah, that shit was trash. Like that's top 5 worst gimmicks ever.
I'm here for that. I understand. Completely understand. But he's starting to, I said he was tweening because he comes out in his bandana, like tied around his head. But
facts.
So
yeah.
I don't, so he's like, yeah, he's like, I'm sick of this, but I'm not going to just smack y'all over the head when I come out with the old Ali. Like, not coming yet. So yeah, him and Eddie have this match. I think it's for the U.S. title, but I'm not sure.
It is, yes. It's for the WCW United States Heavyweight Championship.
Okay, because they had mentioned earlier in the show the dark match between Mr. JL and Dean Malenko being a cruiserweight tournament match, like a tournament for the cruiserweight championship. So I was like, Eddie, I think is a cruiserweight, I'd imagine, but it doesn't sound like it, at least in this sense. But two things can be right? You can be a cruiserweight wrestler for the U.S. title. That
absolutely, yeah, mid card, yeah, that's allowed.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's allowed. But, that's allowed. Whatever.
Like I said, these guys, not a lot of character work really done yet, but the graps, as you always get with an Eddie Guerrero and Conan, they are definitely there. Wiseman, what are your thoughts, man? Was this the graps that I thought that it was, or am I just starved of them from this card and think that this was actually good stuff?
No, this was a good match. If you go back and watch, I've always said for like Conan's size, that's a big nigga to be moving as fast as he does. And for him to keep up with Eddie Guerrero, like pre-roids type shit, that is impressive. Good showing, like you said, pretty trash on the character work. Conan's kind of seems lost, like in gimmick purgatory, like just hanging there. You know, you're wearing pink tassels, but coming down in a bandana and shit like that. Like, I don't know. Other than that,
like Freddy Krueger got him.
Exactly. Just hanging there, bro. It's strange as fuck. Eddie Guerrero, on the other hand, this is like you said, babyface of babyface Eddie Guerrero. So I like it. It was a good opener. You're supposed to have explosive openers, especially, WCW. They were like, throw some Mexicans on the opener, and them niggas go crazy. So that's how. True. Yeah, bro. That's literally all they used was the Mexican talent back in the day to put on those banger ass matches.
That is very true, man. So, I mean, I was happy to at least get this, because after this match, this 20-minute blessing we get to at least start this card, it's downhill from here pretty much, man. You get some glimpses of some good stuff. But yeah, as the card drudges on, you get from here, if I remember, after this Colonel Robert Parker and Dick Slater, it just sounds gross saying that, Dick Slater interview with Mean Gene, you get a match, I believe, concerning whom, Wiseman, on this after this match? It is
the Belfast Bruiser and Lord Steven Regal.
Okay, so I hedge what I say earlier with it has not started to go downhill yet. We're still walking on a flat surface here, at least with this match.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's gone down. It's just a change in direction, but I would say same quality. If you're into this type of thing, because there are completely different type of graps, in my opinion, than what you just saw. If you have watched this pay-per-view. But yes, this is Steven Regal, and if you didn't know, William Regal. And for people my age, because if you are anywhere in your early 20s to mid 20s, the Belfast Bruiser is Fit Finlay, which looks mad wild. Comes down to the ring in a half-studded jacket with like one has a sleeve, he has no sleeve, and a shoulder pad on the other. This is a wild ass fit.
If you tackle somebody.
Have you seen him use this? Like, is this a normal thing? Like, was this one off for this pay-per-view? Like, or has he always rocked this weird ass jacket?
I think considering this was his debut in WCW, this match here, I think that starts to fade away.
I didn't know that. This was a debut. That makes sense.
Yeah, this is a debut match for the Belfast Bruiser. Also, as he came down to the ring as his ridiculous attire, he slaps the shit out of Lord Steven Regal's butler, manslave, Jeeves. And he just takes it and walks in the back. I'm like, wow, that's some old school medieval shit. Like,
he took it like a bitch. He took it like a bitch.
He absolutely did. Or would you say like a man? Because he didn't say nothing. He just walked away. Or I don't know, that would be a man move. That's
in wrestling, nah, bro. A nigga slap you, you gotta do something.
There's no
about
bigger
that.
Man stuff. Yeah, there's no baby face manager shit.
And he's a fucking heel. Regal's a heel here, so I mean, you very well could have slapped the shit back out of him or something like that. He probably knows this big Irish dude with a mullet was gonna whoop the shit out of him.
Yeah, man. And that mullet looked crazy.
That mullet looks fucking crazy on an Irish dude too.
No fade.
No, nothing on the sides. No fade, wild grown hair. I mean, just mullet, just free out there, bro. But hey, he's got the graps. I don't know, bro. He's got the graps in him. The Irish graps. Yeah. Shout out to Finn Balor.
Big facts, man. And they have this like strong style. They have this strong style thing going during this match where they're just laying in just everything they're doing. It looks so painful. Regal does such a good job of selling the Bruiser's bullshit. The barrage of just hard ass, just elbows, slaps, punches, not pulling anything back. And man, it is quite an intense match. The way it ends, the rest of the Blue Bloods, that's the name of the stable of Lord Steven Regal. Bobby Eaton and another dude that I forget his name, but Bobby Eaton ends up sticking around and becomes his tag team partner. And it's a great tag team. They do their thing, man. I remember that they got over quite well in this time as heels. Did their thing. Gave Bobby Eaton a run that he probably didn't think he'd ever get. Right. Considering it was 96. He thought his last run was over with the Dangerous Alliance type shit. But yeah, man. Did you know that about Regal's WCW run? Or should I ask, what do you know about Regal's WCW run?
Nothing up until we started this show. The first time I saw William Regal was, I think it was the WrestleMania 17 match with him and Jericho, where like Jericho pissed in his coffee and all this shit. Yeah. They had that whole feud.
Who could forget?
Yeah, yes. that was the first time I've seen William Regal. So I didn't even know he had a WCW run up until like, years ago when 2016, 17 type shit. When I was actually getting into the backstory of wrestling and more than just WWE. So I knew nothing. And every time I watch him wrestle or I see these matches, it just adds into the lore of William Regal. So yeah, I knew nothing. I was completely ignorant coming in.
No, that's not a bad thing, because in my opinion, and as we're watching it back, but not with everybody else, the Blue Bloods get in the mix now. In my opinion, around the whole just William Regal gimmick, it got legs and ran in WWF, but it was foundationally built here. The whole just like I'm rich and snooty and I'm British shit.
I can tell. I can very heavily tell.
This is where it was all really built. WWF, it took off and got like I said, got legs and ran away because there was some stuff that, like, remember when he was dressing up like he was like a construction worker and like this manly
He's
man.
a man. Yeah. Such a manly man. Yeah, I remember that shit.
Like, they had him doing some bullshit, and shout out to where if you can get bullshit over in Vince's eyes, you forever, like, you bulletproof. Like,
If I'm not
he
mistaken,
forever
that was a
respect.
punishment, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That was absolutely a punishment. Regal got in trouble. I want to say his nose wasn't too clean in them days, and he went the sober card after that, but he was punished for that. And then I want to say he had a tag team run with Goldust or Booker T? Question mark.
Ooh,
One of
as
those
a
two
punishment
seem
as well?
familiar. No, not as a punishment. After the man shit.
Oh,
was
I
done,
wouldn't.
and they let him go back into his-
I think it was Goldust. No, but Goldust and
Goldust
Booker
sounds
T
very
were,
familiar.
but they were together.
I know. Yeah, I know
It was one of those weird
ones.
ones. He had a tag team run that was kind of weird. And then a year or two later, they stuck him with Eugene. So you do the math on that.
Or maybe Eugene was that tag team, right? I don't know.
That might have been what you're thinking about because that's when Eric Bischoff introduced him.
I think they got a title, or they
yes,
won
they
tag
did
titles.
win. I think they did win tag
that's
titles.
what I'm thinking about.
Yes,
Lord
William
have
Regal
mercy.
and Eugene. I did think
Shout
won
out to
tag titles.
Ethan's impression that I will not do here right now. Go listen to the episode. SummerSlam 05.
Yeah, we're gonna leave that to Eve. Fuck that.
Yeah, I'll let him have all of that. But yeah, man, Regal did his thing in my era, in my opinion, in this era. And it was fun reliving that because I forgot about the Blue Blood tag team. Then we move on to a bunch of different promos. The Giant being just the Giant.
Jimmy
with Jimmy
Hart
Hart,
and fucking Joker
another
colors.
Hulk Hogan bag getter. At least Jimmy Hart does his job and does music. He at least earns his check, unlike others. Talking to you, nasty boys. Anyways,
Put in no work.
What's the next match on the card here?
Oh,
Wiseman?
it's our favorite match of the night, which we are actually gonna watch along with.
Oh God, no.
We get Colonel Robert Parker versus Medusa in a singles match.
is
No
so
stipulations, no gimmicks. The only gimmick, in my opinion, exactly. The only gimmick, in my opinion, is who the fuck booked this. Cause I'm gonna let y'all in on this. All right, so we're gonna go to the timestamp. What's a good timestamp to put this one at? We're gonna go, and we're gonna go ahead and start this. You want to do entrances? All right, we'll do entrances.
Yeah, that's interesting.
We'll give
Match
it.
is only so long.
Yeah, we'll give it 53 minutes and 26 seconds on the Peacock. By the way, pause. If you do not know, yes, if you're watching along and you want to see this monstrosity of a match, it's only a few minutes, but you get Colonel Robert Parker walking down to the ring looking like Great Value Boss Hogg from the original Dukes of Hazzard.
Facts. Or Kentucky Fried Chicken without the
Right.
full goatee.
Dude, look, this is
Or
bad.
the what is it? What was it? The Colonel Sanders. That was
Colonel Sanders. That's bad.
I said the Kentucky Fried Chicken.
The Kentucky Fried Chicken
That's
guy.
funny.
Look at these
Right.
sparklers. This for Medusa, yeah. So
Yes. God
then you
bless her
get
soul.
Medusa. These entrances really aren't anything. This is pretty generic. And for Medusa, why do they name her Medusa if she's just a regular looking white chick? Like, I would have
That
think
was
this
her
would have been.
name in WCW for a while. If we remember the episode that was just released before this, the Super Brawl 2 review with my brother Matt on there, Medusa was a valet. She was a valet for the Dangerous Alliance.
That makes sense.
But they never changed her name. They kept it as Medusa. She was more Medusa vibes when she was a heel, to your point, I'm sure. But like, why is she just like, now you got this like blonde haired white chick coming out in USA tights? Like, why is she being called Medusa?
That she looks like a soccer mom that dressed in athletic gear. Like, she looks
I
like
know,
she's going on the jog in a nice neighborhood. Like,
She
does
dressed
not
like Ellen before she came out. I get
Exactly. Look, this nigga is in a fucking button-down shirt and slacks trying to run the ropes. What is this
it.
shit?
Yeah,
dude?
man. He that's just shows you the disrespect of the band here. This whole chauvinist, male chauvinist shit that you were watching here ever so cringeworthily. But I was gonna say, to answer your question that I had posed to you about why they called her Medusa. It was because they couldn't call her fucking Alundra Blaze, which is what she just got done doing in WWF before Vince told her to go F herself, and she threw away that WWF women's title on Nitro.
On TV. TV. That's your fault.
So that's when she's walking away from that. And that just shows you how much Vince cared about that title. And he didn't even care she walked out of there with it. That tells you all of that Vince you need to know about Vince
all you
in the mid-90s. And beyond, evidently.
She just hit him with a toss? What was that? I mean, what is the point? Was there like story behind this match, or like?
There was, from what I recall, she was like trying to like wrestle, and Robert Parker's like, cause he manages other people too, and he like somehow like cost her a match, and the rest is creepy man paying for it history. As this is so weird to watch.
It's very weird.
I feel like I shouldn't be watching this.
It gives me 2002 WWF women's mud matches vibes. Like,
where do you think Vince got it from?
This is like, I know they're not doing that straight up dirty shit, but having a dude just take all this pain and having her sit on him and all this shit, there's no way. Like, it's like how they were doing like all the fucking actors at Nickelodeon. Like, yeah, they're putting fucking fetishes in this shit, dude. Like,
yeah, man, getting slimed? ?
Yeah, like, the body slam me here.
Yeah, exactly. Pull the mat up right on the concrete. Oh, my back.
Now you're gonna make me tap here, okay? And don't let go.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Special words, chicken. Like. Right.
Oh my God. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, bro. You had to have booked this match with like some type of weird fetish in mind, because no dude, if you're looking at he's choking her. Like, what the fuck?
Her.
What is with the throat shit?
You literally have to. The more throat stuff to that point here on the VA and Wiseman show.
He just
season of the throat.
Choked her, lifted her up, and power slammed her on the ground.
This is
all right.
So
middle rope, drop kick. He took a bump. He sells so nasty. And he sells like a fucking, like how a sitcom actor would sell if they fell on set.
Yeah, man. Yes.
This is nasty. Rolls out the ring. What are you gonna hit her with a tope? Hit him with a tope? Nope. Top rope.
He's wrestling in dress shoes.
He's wrestling in lemon pepper steppers and fucking a button down dress shirt and some fucking elbow pads. This is disgusting. One of the worst wrestling fits I've seen. I mean, between this and Arn Anderson on this card, they got some real problems with their wrestling attires.
Arn Anderson I think he's dressed like that because he's telling you how pissed off he is that he has to get in that
he had to wrestle in a match on top of some steel mesh. Did she just hit this nigga with a German?
She sure did. Yep.
A bridging German. Oh my God! Why did he pin her like that? This is when he wins.
That's what I'm saying.
What was that?
Egregious. Made me at first think that, until Wiseman talked me into it, folks. Give y'all a little inside baseball. That was the scene that made me be like, there's no way we can talk about this. I sat there, the way he pinned her, I was like, yo, that's a lot. That's a lot. And I don't know if
he just laid on her, like,
because he did, Wiseman. That's what he fucking did.
He just
crotch first right to her head. I was just like, yo, can we please like not make this any more like this? You know what this is, Kevin Sullivan, Taskmaster, Mr. Booker Man.
Look, replay. She hit the German, and I was like, okay, it's actually going up. And immediately went to the lowest point of the match ever.
And then how about Dick Slater on the outside sweeping her leg under like fucking Johnny Lawrence and Cobra and Karate Kid, like real cheese. Oh man.
So that was that one. Thank God.
I feel like I need to go take a shower for not for those reasons, because I need to wash my body out. It's just gross. Ugh.
That was literally disgusting, bro.
Yeah, man, all bad. But
now
hey.
we get Lee Marshall in the back with
Look
this.
like Rod Jeremy.
Bro, I was just about to say with the porn star mustache out the ass, dude. His mustache is darker than his actual hair. Like that's insane. And the Road Warriors pull up.
Medulla oblongata. That's what Hawk say in
Medulla
this
oblongata,
promo.
what controls all your functions. It controls all of them. That was such
It's
a
your
weird
brain
promo.
stem.
Do you want to listen to this promo?
Yeah, let's do it. No, this is the promo of the Road Warriors.
We gotta listen to this
before
promo.
their ridiculously long Chicago street fight with Booker T and Sting, which we are not watching tonight.
We are not watching that.
This won't do that to y'all, but this promo is gold. Hawk, God rest his soul, goes in the only way the Hawk can. Talking about the brain. I'm a big fan of neuroscience too, but geez, Hawk.
So 1 hour and 41 seconds. You're gonna find this promo starting with Rip Off Ron Jeremy, and we're just gonna kind of listen and talk through this one because this shit is hilarious.
Jesus,
Aggressive.
that's Animal, folks, not Hawk yet. If you're not watching along. He was sitting on that shit.
He was ready.
Whoa.
You're gonna have to do. That's a bar. Hold on, I'm positive. That's a bar right there.
You're gonna have to depend
You gonna have to
on
depend on Depends the rest of your life.
The rest of your life. Man. This man just said, I'm gonna give you brain damage. That's terrifying.
Oh my god.
Oh, we know, Hawk. Don't we know it?
Oh, that promo was hilarious.
Man, Hawk.
That
loves the hard stuff.
Bro.
Love the hard stuff.
That was intense right there. You could just feel it in the air or smell it in the air, whichever one.
And as we get a long shot of the monstrosity that main event takes place in, I didn't even tell the people, Wiseman. That shit takes place in a triple stack cage. I had to forget. I just mentioned it was those guys wrestling each other. But in a triple stack cage, it's ridiculous, and we'll talk about it when we get there.
They have to use scaffolds to get in the goddamn shit. Like,
it's ridiculous.
It looks bad. I can't even explain what it looks like, but the floors are just steel mesh.
Yeah, it's like a cage.
Everyone is so like weird about where they're stepping. Like, it's bad. And we'll talk more in depth about it. Exactly, because you think you're gonna fucking die. Arn Anderson was having none of it. But let me see. What do we get after this one? You get the commentators a little bit. You get a little promo package, and now you get DDP versus.
Oh man, the Booty Man.
The Booty Man with
How about that?
the Booty Babe. Now, sir, there's something that we talked about here that we need to expound upon. This is the year 1996.
Yes.
Brutus the Barber Beefcake, if anyone didn't know that, is using the name the Booty Man.
Yes, he is.
Can we theorize and confirm that Billy Gunn stole Brutus the Barber Beefcake's gimmick?
It can be highly speculated as I break it down.
Do you think he stole his gimmick? That's a better question. Do you think Billy Gunn stole Brutus the Barber Beefcake's gimmick as the Booty Man by making it the Ass Man?
I'm gonna have to say yeah. All signs point to yes. outside of the attire, when Billy Gunn was dressing like that when he became badass Billy Gunn.
And look, he's out. Pause. What I'm about to say, but he's out here shaking his ass. Pause again. But it's the same shit. Like,
yeah, essentially. And none of it. And Brutus the Barber Beefcake don't understand how again, one of the Hogan knows best homies that gets paid to just hang out with Hogan and tell him how great he is and help him scheme out and politic in the back, basically. You get checks for it. And Brutus the Barber Beefcake is literally dressed in his Brutus the Barber Beefcake gear, but they call him the Booty Man, and he's dancing with his booty.
No,
because he's the Booty Man.
He's got his gear, but he's got the ass cheeks cut out on the pants. Pause. So there's a difference. Wild as fuck.
He just went a little stretch a little longer just to be like, hey, they're just calling me the Booty Man. Just works.
Exactly. And this is versus a pretty a DDP before he's hit his full stride, in my opinion.
No.
Still good match though. I don't know. Was there much about this that you wanted to go into, or
just DDP looking like not looking like himself yet. The beard is what throws me off. When he loses the beard, it gets a little better for DDP. It makes him not look like a wrestler because of his stature right now, because he's just getting the reps in, so to speak. So not mad at it, but it sticks out to me. Not as much as Brutus the Barber Booty Man's gear and attire and gimmick does, though. And the booty babe they're fighting over would be Kimberly, the ex-wife, at the time wife of Diamond Dallas Page. So yeah, man, weird I Quit match. I think, doesn't DDP win this match, or is it the Booty Man?
No, the Booty Man wins this match. In a 16 minute slugfest. Because there's some pretty hard hitting stuff here. Even though this is, pre-stride DDP and the Booty Man, which, Brutus the Barber Beefcake, you would think there's not too many graps here. Pretty entertaining. The character work was all right. DDP's still trying to find his full self. As you can see from the playback we're looking at, the selling is on point. Pretty entertaining. Kind of Shawn Michaels-esque, in my opinion.
That's fair.
But yes, you get the booty woman there. Brutus goes over in this 16-minute I Quit match. Go watch it. In my opinion, it's kind of interesting to see the weirdness of this gimmick in real time and not just reading it on paper, because once you read it and you can hear us talk about it, you got to see it for yourself. You got to envision it. You know what I mean? You envision it, but seeing it is another thing, especially in an actual wrestling ring, because this shit is weird. It's like Ultimate Warrior tassels with, just fucking assless wrestling tights. It's nasty. Nasty work.
Big nasty work.
Very, very nasty work. But like I said, the Booty Man goes over, beats him in an I Quit match. He gets to take the Booty Woman home. Whatever he does with her that is undisclosed and none of our business. And you see as he merrily walks to the back as the highlights roll. You got some sensual kissing going on during that match. More weird shit on this show just keeps popping up.
Anything goes. It's uncensored.
It's uncensored. Right? That's right. It is uncensored. So anything goes. And then how does he beat him? Did he just
the booty shake dance?
Did he just beat him with a rear view?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
How much?
That's what I'm saying.
How much have people stolen from Brutus the Barber Beefcake?
Quite a bit. When you think about it,
you got gimmicks and movesets being stolen from this nigga. Holy shit!
You could argue the Brutus the Barber Beefcake gimmick. Shawn Michaels wouldn't have been that Heartbreak Kid if he didn't see him doing that kind of dress and kind of how he acted and moved.
I was even gonna say he seems a little Shawn Michaels-esque, but Brutus was first, so that makes sense. Yep. Holy shit! Was Brutus the Barber Beefcake a pioneer of wrestling?
Only if Big T said so, brother. It sounds like he did, to a certain degree. We get boring ass Lex Luger here in the promo, flexing in the camera because people care.
Flexing the pecs and shit like that.
Yeah, nobody gives.
Is that a Lex jacket? What is that? A Lex jacket? What the hell is that?
I'm sure. Yeah, Jimmy gonna throw that on.
Oh my God.
When it's time for the big main event, I'm assuming. I don't know.
Well, I guess so. I have no interest in Lex Luger at all. If anybody's listened to past episodes, you would know Lex Luger is sleep, in my opinion. I'm good. He's boring. I don't enjoy his promos or his matches. For some reason, my dad liked him. I'm very sorry. Other than that, I'm not going to listen to this promo. I don't know if you care about this promo, but this is going to lead us into the next watch along. We get the Giant, aka Paul White, soon to be, aka the Big Show, soon to be after that, versus Loch Ness, better known as Giant Haystacks, up in the WWF. If you know who that is, really old wrestler. I don't care about him. I never watched him. Have no interest in him. But we're gonna start this watch along at the entrances. You can go ahead and load this boy up. I'll give it 1 hour 26, or let's just call it 1 hour 27 minutes even. You're gonna get Loch Ness coming out looking like the original Wyatt family member.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, pretty wild. Looks like an Amish dude just like went fucking weirdness.
Yeah, it's pretty wild how he looks like just the garbage truck guy, like coming to pick up your garbage. And he almost trips coming out to the ring.
Right.
The whole, because they were trying to book this like a big meaty men's like slapping meat type shit, and I was just like, nah, man, I ain't buying that. Not this dude. Not this. You're not with the meat madness, bro. Not with this dude. Like, cause they were trying to say like he was like big as the Giant type shit. I'm like, no, get the fuck out of here. No.
He's wider than the Giant, but
yeah, I mean, that's not impressive. I'm not here for that.
This nigga Big Show was fucking much taller, much stronger, much slimmer, just fucking still big as shit. They just call him the Giant. That's it. The Giant. When did they call him Paul White? When
he got
Eric
to
Bischoff?
WWF. When he got to WWF in that St. Valentine's Day Massacre match that we reviewed here, if you remember.
I thought he was Paul White in WCW.
He was just always a Giant.
Really?
He was never anything else. Yeah, he was always a Giant.
And then they named him fucking Big Show eventually. That's so weird. I thought he was Paul White in WCW. All right, that tracks. So this is only a 2-minute match, 2.5-minute match. Not much here. This is going to be even shorter than the monstrosity that we talked about before.
This is so short. I'm going to get a bag of chips from my kitchen real quick, and I guarantee I'll be back. And this match will probably just be ending. To that point, Wiseman, leave the people there with this.
That's fine, man. We're gonna start this match off squaring up in the ring. The general tie-up, the shit. I mean, chop fest. Coming from one side of the other, the Giant is really. This is obviously a squash match. If you thought this was gonna be any competition at all, I'm sorry. Please go reevaluate your wrestling knowledge because there is no type of competition here. This is all big meaty men. Yeah, this is all big meaty men slapping meat. Paul White's gonna crush the shit out this dude.
My kitchen was further away.
Exactly. Yeah, you're good, man. Don't even worry. You didn't miss much. All you missed is some chops.
I was trying to.
He was doing his best Minoru Suzuki impression and chopping the shit out of him in the corner.
Of course he was.
More headbutts to the turnbuckle. I mean, yes, this is bad. This is very bad.
Bischoff is just handing out checks.
This is the old school squash match. This is the old school equivalent to the current Braun Breaker SmackDown run, like just squashing niggas. Look at that. Look, Big Show just leaped over the top rope. That was probably the highlight of the match. That shit was athletic as fuck.
He actually was trying to be thrown over, but he leaped for his dance partner here.
No. He moved out of the way. He was going for a splash in the corner. And
that's even more ridiculous.
Yeah, and Haystacks moved out of the way, and he just fucking leaped over the top rope.
That's wild.
Haystacks looks like the most out of shape wrestler I have ever seen. What's old boy from ECW, Roadkill? Even Roadkill looks like he would fucking run circles around this dude. Like,
He's so, and that's what I'm saying. Like, why are they booking it this way? Like, this is so disrespectful to everybody involved, including
exactly.
him.
Like, why is it? Why? How is this any? That's why I was saying while you were getting your skinny pop probably from the kitchen. This shit was no competition. This is a squash match, like of the highest degree. Even though it went a couple minutes, which technically squash matches are like literally a minute long, maybe. This is bad. Haystacks got in a little bit of offense. The Giant hits a leg drop. 1, 2, 3. The match is over. Jimmy Hart gets in the ring screaming and jumping and like this is some monumental victory. You just beat
Jimmy Hart was around when Haystacks was actually wrestling relevant matches 20 years before this match.
Exactly. You beat a 400-pound Giant Haystacks 20 years after he was relevant in 2.5 minutes.
Here to get a paycheck. I am here
strictly.
Give
me the bag. I'll job for somebody. Give me the bag. What the fuck you talking about? I'll get out of there. 2.5 minutes to get my shit kicked in by the Giant and have Jimmy Hart talk shit about me on a megaphone. Give me that. Absolutely. Look, big boot to the face. Leg drop. Shout out to Terry. 1, 2, 3. We out of here.
His move. Terry taught him how to wrestle. So brother, I taught Paul how to wrestle.
This is the NWA or an NWO scouting match before everything was going down.
Facts. He said you look like you could be related to Andre,
I like this kid's style, brother. Yeah.
I created the next Andre the Giant.
Right.
I can see that.
After that, we get Great Value Ron Jeremy back in the backstage behind the green board, the chalkboard. And he is interviewing. Now he's interviewing the other half of the tag teams, Sting, before he, caught a severe case of depression, and one half of Harlem Heat, Booker T. Now, do we want to listen to this promo just because we listened to the first one?
Sting says some funny stuff here to Booker T. He starts trying to speak all, quote, hood to him to get him upset.
Jesus. All right.
If you want to hear Steve Borden talk hood, go for it. I'm here for it.
All right, whatever. We'll hear Sting try to do his best Ebonics impression. We're going to start this at an hour, 32 minutes, and 58 seconds. You can just call it an hour and 33 minutes flat if you want to be technical about it. So we're going to go ahead and listen to the rebuttal from the promo we heard earlier from LOD. Were they called LOD or the Road Warriors here? I don't know.
Road Warriors.
Road Warriors. All right, from the Road Warriors. Oh, this is doing business.
I'm here for it. Yeah. Told you.
Straight OG, brother. Is that what you said?
Straight OG, brother. My brothers in paint.
Oh my God.
Man. Look at Ron Jeremy stirring shit up.
Right?
In the back.
Instigating that.
They're coming for everybody. Yes, look. Like a chicken wing on the drain. Chucking, quack, motherfucker.
Yo,
I wish this match was so much cooler than what it really gets pumped up to be, man.
I know. I wish it was watchable.
Yeah, it's not, man. It's not, guys.
So,
We're
unfortunately, how good those promos were, the match was ass. So we are not watching it by any means at all. This was not a 5-star classic in the Tokyo Dome. This was a half a star at, the worst indie wrestling promotion you can think about. This was a pretty bad match.
Yeah. I think this is just a clash of styles, man, in all honesty. Nobody's fault.
You got 3 different styles in this match: Sting, Booker T, and then the Road Warriors. The Road Warriors do a very specific tag team, old school style. Booker T does a tag team style, but not the style of the Road Warriors, also not with Sting. So very weird there. And then Sting is a singles wrestler. He has a very high, energetic, driven, high intensity wrestling style that does not go well with Road Warriors, in my opinion. Doesn't go well at all, and it doesn't match well with Booker T, because Booker T is high intensity, not high speed, in my opinion, at this point. Booker T's meticulous, kind of a mix of that power and that athleticism, but just not a lot of speed there, in my opinion, when we're talking Sting. That's what kind of makes this match really, really weird, in my opinion.
Agreed. But they're all good workers at this stage in their careers. Nobody's like a piece of shit that's in this ring at this point. Everybody can go, but everybody goes in different ways. And I think if Sting and Booker T were a tag team, like if it was Stevie Ray and Booker T, they could get a better match here.
Exactly. If it was Stevie Ray and Booker T, you'd get a better match. Or if it was anybody that more closely resembled Sting's wrestling, you would get a much better match. But in all actuality, anybody that matched Sting's wrestling is on the mid-card right now, and they have not built the fucking main event, unfortunately. Everybody in your main event are big, brawly dudes that move half the speed Sting does, can't do half the wrestling that Sting does at this point. So,
as we've seen.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting dudes like Arn Anderson, Big T, fucking Ric Flair, Zeus and shit like that. Like all these dudes can't hold a card to what Sting can do in '96.
I agree with you.
Yeah, with that being said, you can see it yourself. Go ahead and watch this match. We're not watching it over with you, but I implore you, if you have 30 minutes of spare time that you don't mind wasting, that you might not enjoy, it's an educational experience. Don't think of it as a enjoyment experience. It's an educational experience. You can see exactly. You can see how good wrestlers with good styles can make a bad match, which is very wild, because the wrestling in the match is good, but it is not cohesive, and it does not put the match together well at all.
At least.
So it's an anomaly, in my opinion. Is there anything that I did not cover about this anomaly of a tag team match?
No, you said all you had to say. The way the match ends is like such a like cartoon ending. Animals like tied to like a pole in the back, and Stevie Ray comes in and hits him over the head with a chair after hitting Hawk over the head with the chair in the match itself. So yeah, the way it's interfered is silly to me, but hey, the match was silly in itself. But I'm not supposed to take the stuff too serious, I guess, but can't help it, man. These are decisions again. These are decisions, choices that were made. So with all that said, that's such a random spot. We'll talk about it a little later.
Exactly. Yeah, that's probably why this match was bad. Lex Luger touched it. That makes sense.
I forgot he was even involved in this.
Fuck Lex
Sting's
Luger,
his
bro.
best friend, maybe. Oh, they jumping animal and all that stuff.
They're jumping Road Warriors right now.
The whole layout of WCW. Thank God for NWO. That's all I'll say. It doesn't. Much of it doesn't make sense.
That's why we said the NWO was a curse and a blessing at the same time.
Facts.
Yeah, because they saved this company from tanking a lot sooner than it should have.
Yes, it bought him at least 5 more years. To that point, man, nothing else more to talk about this match than those points I wanted to bring up and how it ends. But,
okay, well,
speaking of how it ends,
yeah, God, I mean, it ended pretty bad. He's like tied up to a fucking pole in the back, screaming, and I mean, it's like an attempt at Crash TV, but on a pay-per-view at a much slower pace, if that makes sense. Really weird formula. But with that being said, after that 30 minutes abomination of a match that we got to witness, you cut back to Dusty, Siobhan, and the Brain talking a little shit before the main event. And then
putting it over big for no reason.
Putting it over big, and then you get the cue. You get the cue that the main event's coming on. You get your ring announcer, Michael Buffer, that always is going to announce your main events and puts the shit over and every participant in it.
Yes, he does.
Perfectly. Like he always does. He announces it like it's a big match feel. It's, 3 fucking cages with LED lights with scaffolding so people can get into them. All these different, monstrosity. All these different stars, like we said earlier. If you need a refresher, this is Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage. They can't call them the superpower or the mega powers. Versus which I think Randy Savage actually has mega powers on his pants. It's pretty funny.
He sure does.
Versus Ric Flair, Glock Anderson, the man they call Meng, the Barbarian, the Lex Express, the Taskmaster, better known as Kevin Sullivan, Z Gangsta, otherwise known as Tuck Your Chain In, it's Devo, and the Ultimate Solution, which looks like Butterbean, but a bodybuilder. Really weird. With Woman, Miss Elizabeth, and Jimmy Hart in what they're coining as the Doomsday Cage match. Let me just say that again. The Doomsday Cage match. Why is this the Doomsday Cage match? This starts... it's bad. Go ahead and load this up. You can see this. This is going to be towards the end of the pay-per-view. Of course, main event. They got 3 cages stacked on top of each other. The whole premise of this match is Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage start at the very top, along with, I think it's Arn Anderson and Ric Flair. Yes?
Yes. Arn Anderson and Ric Flair start up at the top.
And then below that, it's Lex Luger and the Taskmaster.
Yep.
And then below that is Z Gangsta and the Ultimate Solution.
Yep.
And Meng. I don't know which level is Meng on. The final level?
Meng's on that bottom final level, but then there's also people in the ring too, because this is a separate ring from the actual ring itself.
Okay. So they basically the whole thing. Think of it like a cage match. You can either pin your opponent or you can escape to the next level. If you escape to the next level, the person above is now eliminated. If you pin them, they're eliminated. The whole point is for Hogan and Savage to get to the bottom and win the match. That's the point. And literally, this is the stupidest decision in wrestling booking because you automatically know they're going to win the match. There's no point for them to get to the second level and then lose, and then the bottom people don't even get in the match. So this is automatically stupid wrestling gimmick, like an idea. I hate it, but we are actually going to watch this shit. This is 25 minutes, so if you can hold on, just bear with us for 25 minutes, please.
We'll keep the jokes coming.
Exactly.
It looks like Meng and the Barbarian are on the second level, it looks like. Unless they haven't made it down to the bottom yet. Okay, Meng and the Barbarian on the second, Glock Anderson and Ric Flair on the top. And then you get Z Gangsta. The Taskmaster is on the second level as well. Well, they got 4 niggas down there. Who is that? Because I see Lex, I see Task, I see Meng. Who is that? Barbarian.
Okay, that makes sense. So Barbarian.
Yep.
And then Z Gangsta is going to be on the bottom. Z Gangsta and the Ultimate Solution. Yes, so that's how that's going to be structured. They got to make it to each level. you can just see the timestamp that I have it at right now is going to be about 2 hours and 14 minutes. They all look terrified to be stepping on this.
1,000%.
Yeah, they look terrified as hell. Did you watch this live? You said you didn't buy this, right? When's the first time you watched this? Were you a child?
No, thank God. It was like 3 or 4 years ago when I saw somebody review it on YouTube and didn't know it existed. Nobody talks about this shit. Why would you? When NWO happened 3 months later and changed the course of history. Thank God for this company. This was the alliance to end Hulkamania. Hulkamania is pretty much over after this, and we just didn't know it yet.
I mean,
I thought it ended in a more cool fashion than this.
Oh God, no!
Terrible, bro.
You get the Randy Macho Man Savage and Hulk Hogan entrance. Redacted super mega powers. They can't say it here, but that's who they are. It's literally on Macho Man's pants. So say what you want.
Speak to it.
That's what they're fucking branding it as. They're making their way up the scaffolding. I don't know why they're using scaffolding. This shit looks like the scaffolding straight out of ECW.
There you go.
Straight
you
up.
Said it. Why?
Yeah.
Uncensored. Anything can happen.
I guess. Yeah, it's an ECW fucking thing. You know, shout out to New Jack.
Turn up the Shivani putting over the view of the venue when they stop there and look in the crowd. Hogan and Macho. They're talking so much about how beautiful this venue is.
Oh my, yeah, I guess. Whatever.
You gotta put it over. It's their jobs, I guess.
Yeah, it's their jobs. They're gonna put this over.
Somebody's gotta do it.
I mean, if you see this, oh God, they're already fucking scrapping. All right.
Oh yeah.
So as soon as Hogan and Macho get into this top level, they're going, and everyone is just like hopping around. It looks terrified because they didn't use solid level for this. They used fucking steel mesh with fucking bars to support the bottom that you're walking on. It probably feels like that shit's gonna blow out at any moment. Chops Fest, they got a big ass center pole in the middle of this thing for support. Probably gonna get somebody's head getting slashed into that. Other than that, this is Ric Flair and Arn Anderson getting their shit beat in. Pause. For a few minutes before before they are gonna make their way down to the bottom, most likely. Because again, stupid wrestling logic. You know who's gonna win. Plus, it's Hulk Hogan. Do you think he's not gonna put himself over in the fucking yellow and red? Come on. Irate from Arn Anderson in his sweatsuit.
And that, yeah, man. Again, that just tells you how much he gave no fucks about this match, this whole gimmick, everything. And then some of the stipulations, if you're not watching along, is you have to get out of the bottom in a certain amount of time, and if you don't close it, the people can come, that your wrestling can come in and follow you. It's quite ridiculous. It's like Legend of the Hidden Temple. Yeah, that's a rule in this match. You don't see it happen, but they announce it.
Oh my God, that's too much shit. That's way too much shit. Was War Games existed? Why didn't they just make this a War Games match or something and get some other baby faces? This is terrible.
They didn't want to wait till November to get Hogan over, I guess, as a heel.
I mean, was it that long before? I mean, this took place in March. Like,
yeah, that was that episode where Luger was crawling down the aisle screaming Stinger.
Stinger! Yeah, man. Like, oh, God, man.
So
that is bad. That is terrible. They're still grappling up here. Arn Anderson is just rolling around on this steel mesh. No one really looks like they want to take bumps. That's one thing.
Yeah, everybody's afraid to. Because they're
going to fall through this shit. They're 3 stories high. Like this shit, monstrosity. Like I said, look, even the referee stepping around like, oh, fuck. I don't know where to go.
Yeah, poor Randy Pee Wee Anderson getting shit on this match.
Oh,
worse than he usually does.
Exactly. All they can do is chops. Like, that's all Ric Flair can even do. He can't do shit else but chops and a figure 4 leg lock. Mm-hmm. Oh, more chokes. Macho Man choking the shit out of Glock Anderson over there.
Of course he is.
Was he gonna throw him into the door? You can't even sell that shit up here. That'd probably kill Ric Flair.
Yep. No
and
way.
Boom, there's the center pole slash that I said. Oh yeah, this is gonna be rough.
And Ric Flair is like sitting across like late. Why was he about to put him in the figure four?
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
yes.
The way he was wrapped around it. Like Hogan's like stepping on his face right now. This is wild.
The spots, they can't do many spots. That's what I'm saying, bro. There's not many spots they can do. Hogan can't do leg drops and suplexes and all this shit.
Nobody asked Hogan about this on his fucking media run he was on like earlier this year.
Nobody probably watched it.
And
there was only 9,000
We gonna
people.
check your ass.
There was only 9,000 people in attendance for this pay-per-view.
They probably got their braids erased when they walked out of there. Like, oh, we never gonna talk about this.
Look, this buy rate was probably so atrocious, it's not even on Wikipedia. I can't even find the buy rate right now.
Wow. Who would pay to see this shit, though, to that point? Look at the guys.
On paper, it sounds good. Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage versus Flair, Anderson, Meng, The Barbarian, Luger, Taskmaster, Z Gangsta. All that shit sounds nice. But when you stack it and add all these stipulations to it, it sounds like Vince Russo before Vince Russo was Vince Russo. Like,
biggest of facts.
It sounds very bad. This is something I fully would have thought to see in 2000 WCW with like with like Wolfpack versus Hollywood type shit. Like that is what I would have expected of this. Not Flair and Anderson and Z Gangsta and Taskmaster and
rolling around on a cage.
Look, figure four. Look at this. This is what I'm saying, bro. That's all
Arn
they can
Anderson
do.
Doing that.
That's Arn Anderson, exactly. Arn Anderson can do a spine buster on this bitch. You think Arn Anderson gonna hit a spine buster through this bitch?
That'd be wild.
Hell no. Hell no. That nigga will die. They gonna fucking fall through all 3 stories of them shits. No, sir.
Imagine if they were using the big blue cage for this. Like, somebody would die.
Oh my God, bro. That would have been painful. That's basically a bootleg elimination chamber before it's an elimination chamber. That shit would have hurt. Are they both got figure 4s in now?
Of course they do.
Yep.
What else you gonna do up here?
Oh, that was the spot. They did a double figure 4 and then they both reversed it. That's cute.
Mega powers, brother.
Look at that. Look at that. All right, what are they finna do now? When are they finna get? What does he got? What is that? He just dropped something to the bottom. So Flair just dropped something through the mesh link.
It looked like somebody's it's a spoon like Alcatraz. That's hilarious. It's probably Bobby Heenan.
He said he's trying to get out of there. Whoa, it's powder. What the fuck?
I think they threw that from above.
Oh, I thought they got in the Flair stash. Oh, he threw it in his face. Everybody's blinded. Oh, wow, they powdered him, and now they're finna escape. Look at that. And Flair falls.
This is wild.
All right, so looks like we're finally getting the Mega Powers are gonna crawl through to the second story. And they are out of there. Referee is gonna go ahead and close up the door, I imagine.
No, look, he's gonna jump through.
He's gonna jump through.
Almost fall.
Almost fell. All right, referee's on the second stage now. All right, now on the second stage, we're getting Hogan and Savage. What is this? Sullivan, Luger, and Meng? Yeah? Yeah. All right, Sullivan, Luger, and Meng now. And Hulk Hogan.
Where the Barbarian went.
Was he on this level?
Of course he is. I thought he was on the same level as Meng. That's why I thought.
Because I see Luger, Sullivan. Is that him all the way in the back over there?
Yeah, he's in the back, looking like Jey Uso.
What are they doing? He's beating the shit out of Macho Man. That makes sense. All right, cool.
Yep.
So Meng and the Barbarian are over there just beating the shit out of each other now, apparently. Getting tossed in the sides of the cage. This is nasty. Meng doesn't even look like he wants to step anywhere. None of this match makes sense. The structure doesn't make sense. The rules don't make sense. Like the booking of it, the logic of it just don't make sense. This is stupid. This is like circus wrestling. Like, this is just pure entertainment. There's no like grap value to this at all. Like, if there was a grap score, that's what we finna start doing. We finna give this a grap score. Like,
on what scale? 1 to 10, 1 to 5?
We're gonna do a grap score of 20. All right. We're gonna do a grap score of 20. So 10 is gonna say that it's mid. All right. If it's a 10, it's mid. This shit on a grap score would be like a 2. That's it. And the only reason I'm gonna give it a 2 is because you got some notable wrestlers. It's a main event. It is entertaining for what I take it as, but for graps, fuck that. This shit is trash. There is no wrestling at all in this, and it is terrible.
I think if these guys were in a normal wrestling ring, this would be a little better. I think that throws them off. It's just the
Wait,
cage,
did Arn Anderson
man.
just climb through now? Wait, is this the shit you were talking about earlier?
Yeah, they left the door open.
What?
Randy Anderson came through the top and left it open, so now Arn Anderson and probably soon Ric Flair, I believe, is allowed to be on this floor of insanity.
So now he's going outside of the structure? You can do that?
Now I guess so. He kind of kicked him out of it.
What the
really,
fuck?
Kevin Sullivan? You're not going off of that. Stop. You tripping.
He knows damn well he ain't going off of that.
Hogan trying to kick him off. Unless he's gonna fall down like on something like a bunch of pillows, Jericho
I don't see
style.
shit but concrete and bodies. Ain't shit there. He ain't going down. Stop it. Stop it.
This is such a waste of time. This is more posture.
Oh, would he low blow him? Oh my god. Fucking Hogan, dude.
Of course.
Can Arn Anderson not get this damn door open? Why are they taking so long? And why are they just going down the scaffold? Doesn't that defeat the whole purpose of like the actual cage?
Good question.
That's a very, oh god. Now they're gonna sell like Hulk Hogan's gonna go over the side of it. Bro, stop. What are y'all doing?
I don't know why. I forgot about this part, them being outside of the cage before they're out of the cage technically right now.
That's what I'm saying. That defeats the whole purpose. Now when they can just go down the scaffolding to the final level. Like, what the fuck? This is ridiculous.
Macho Man's all by himself. I think he's trying to
swinging that air. What is this?
Yeah, this is a clunky ass fucking match, man. I don't know.
I told you this shit was ass, dude. I watched this multiple times over the past few days.
So bad, but it's like infamous for being so bad. Somehow Hogan's on the base floor now. Macho Man still stuck, like trying to look at everybody else trying to wrestle him. Here comes Lex Luger and all of his boringness.
Now everyone's on the outside.
Now everybody's on the outside of the match.
They didn't even get through to the next level. They just went outside the scaffolding.
Yeah, they said screw it.
Oh, they're gonna go to the ring. Yep. Oh, they're taking it to the ring now. All right. Look at this.
So this is where you get the last two. Z Gangsta and the Ultimate Solution.
Is he hitting him with a microphone? Jesus.
I believe so.
Shit started shattering. All right, so Hogan throws old boy Sullivan into the ring. Irish whip, big boot. Do we get a leg drop?
I believe
we gonna get the poses. No poses. All right, nope. All right, more wrestling. That's fine.
Yeah, so you know, I know you don't get. It's not. You don't get all that stuff right now. I thought you might have got the leg drop.
I was maybe a little I don't know, something give me a little pose.
I understand.
Yeah, Macho Man's still getting the shit beat out of him by a couple dudes in an undisclosed location in the arena.
Of course. Oh man.
So this is no longer a cage match. This is just a tornado tag team match.
Yeah. I guess
a hardcore match. I don't know. Is this a hardcore match before WCW had hardcore matches? Or did they ever have hardcore matches? What is Hulk Hogan doing right now? He was sneaking up on this dude.
Did he just fall down without touching him?
No, he's been clotheslining him. He's been like these weak ass clotheslines. No one wants to take bumps. Like, that's what I'm saying. No one wants to take bumps.
This sounds like people got sick of Hogan politicking type stuff.
This is so stupid because all everybody's doing are these weak ass holds, environmental damage type shit, throwing them into like barricades and poles, or fucking submissions, or back rakes. Like, look at that. Tired of back rakes and eye rakes and shit like that back in the 90s. It was fucking weak.
Right.
Just go to the ring and get this shit over with. Where's Debo? I just need Debo to get in here already.
Oh, you see them. They'll be in the ring, in the main ring.
So, like, can you can win with the pin, right? Like, so they just have to pin one of these dudes, or like...
Or make them submit.
And no one's even attempted a pinfall yet. Jesus Christ.
That's wild.
Man, get this shit. Oh, my God.
You got Kevin Sullivan ripping it apart.
He's pulling... Bro, you probably need that to support that shit, dude. You better not do that.
That's a good point.
Hell yeah, bro. What are you gonna do with this anyway? You gonna put a nigga through some fucking wood boards? I doubt it. Come on. Who in this match is gonna take that bump?
It's a great question.
Oh, Randy Savage.
Randy Savage looks like a lunatic.
Pause.
Straight lunatic.
You just hit him with that big ass piece of goddamn.
Yeah, he's about. Yeah. None of it makes sense.
It doesn't, and it even throws it off and makes the match even more like weird to watch with the dual sides and having to pay attention to both and shit like that, like live action.
Yep.
This is a very headache of a match to watch, unfortunately. And there's still a good amount left of it as well. We got at least another 10 to 15 minutes of this shit.
This is so terrible.
Yeah, this is bad, man. This is what I'm telling you. Hogan gets low blowed, I think, by Luger, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Goes down. Oh, God. I guess this is the portion where the heels come in, the final of them, and just start taking over. Before Hogan hulks up and then leg drops everybody and stacks them like Roman Reigns.
All right. Yeah. It's unbelievable that they still have not like pinned anybody. Everybody's still around.
Where's Arn Anderson? Where's Maze? Where's the Barbarian?
They were stuck in the cage trying to get out of that second tier.
Just go down the scaffolding like everybody else apparently can. What the fuck?
None of it makes sense.
It doesn't. And what is Hulk Hogan doing? He's got a chair now, chair shots. Okay.
He's Mr. Chairman now.
Shout out to Sean Spears. He wants a perfect 10 match. You ain't getting a 10 out of this, bucko.
Hell no.
Oh, God. All right. Between the ropes. Eye poke. Classic.
Yep. Yeah.
Fuck Hogan matches, dude. I can totally see now why you said NW. Like, thank God for the NWO, because if I was watching this and I had to go through months and months and months of shit like this, definitely would have stopped watching WCW.
Oh yeah, it's definitely slows down right about now. Like, as far as the watch-alongs versus what, like, it's definitely more at this point in time. More WWF centric, because it's that whole Shawn versus Brett Iron Man match era happening right now. And that's probably another reason why I didn't get this pay-per-view. I was way more into that.
I was just about to say, that's pretty bold to be throwing this shit on when you got Shawn and Brett doing Iron Man matches. That's pretty fucking bold.
Low-key blasphemous to be doing that.
That's very blasphemous. Holy shit. Why would you even think to do something like that? That's terrible. Yeah, if you showed me this and then you were like, you want to watch this or you want to watch Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart? What? Boy, what? I would be offended you even asked me that. Look at this. And where is everybody else still? Oh, there they go. There they go. Right as I said something. What was this dude's name? The Ultimate Deletion or something? Ultimate Solution?
Yeah, I'll get into the backstory. So his original name was like either the Final Solution or Final Deletion or something like that crazy. And what that's in reference to is what the Germans would call the Holocaust at the time, the Final Solution type stuff. I think that's what it was. But to that point, nobody in WCW knew that, and let this guy about to be called that come out to the ring. So yeah, man, the ultimate solution was not to say it was by that day was by choice, by circumstance for sure. They did not want to choose that.
I wouldn't have chose that. Now Hogan and Butterbean Light are in the ring. Face off.
Crazy.
Debo throws Macho Man back in.
Of course.
This is what are they about to do? A stare off? Oh no. So like, is everybody else? Who's that in the aisle back there? Do you see? Is that fucking Lex Luger?
I was trying to tell, and it does look like Lex.
Oh my gosh.
Either
So
him or
now is
Kevin
it just?
Sullivan.
So is it a 2v2 match now, or like, how does this work?
I mean, I think it should be a 2x2 match now, I'd imagine, but technically
Why is the
speaking,
lighting? This whole thing
the
just has me
lighting's
very. This whole thing just has me very confused. So they went from the first level down, or the third level down to the second level. Totally skipped the first level.
yeah,
Fought everybody else outside of the ring, but now Zeus and Butterbean Light throw them back into the structure on the first level, and are now having a 2v2 match with everybody outside, and Kevin Sullivan is just poking them with a steel rod like a fucking animal. What is this? Oh, double axe handle from Macho.
That makes sense.
And the lighting just looks so weird, like it's a yellowish
You can't
blue.
see anything. You see silhouettes of everybody.
It's like shitty cinematic lighting. Like, I don't know what this is.
Yeah, it's like the movie, the lighting in the movie theater before the movie comes on. It's like not as bright as when it comes back on at the end, but it ain't like bright either. So.
Why did they think Debo was good at wrestling as well?
That's a hell of a question too. I think it's because he was a freak show in the late '80s.
Was he?
As far as the like you saw him in No Holds Barred. As far as how he looked and stuff, that's just all it was the look. And if he didn't have to open his mouth, he would have been fine.
Oh,
But,
there's a stare down. All right, we got
go.
Debo versus Big T.
Just like '88.
All right, what they got?
He's gonna slam him. Guaranteed.
What is written on this nigga's head? What is that?
I think they say Zeus.
I thought it said gangsta. I might be tripping.
That'd be terrifying.
That would
And
be
it'd
shit.
like
They got this dude dressed. You ever play, what was that Def Jam game? Was it Fight for New York or Vendetta? I can't remember. D-Mob. He got this nigga dressed like D-Mob, bro. Exactly like D-Mob with the fucking slacks and shit. Looks terrible.
That's dope.
More hits to the head. What else are we gonna get with this? Another double axe handle from Macho.
You know it.
Oh no, he just jumped into his arms. Bear hug. All right. Nope. And it's broken up by
Not
Hogan.
at all. The Ultimate Solution hasn't done anything since he's been in this match, really, by the way.
Nothing. He's done absolutely nothing but be a warm body. And then who is this? Is that Arn?
No, it might be. Yeah, that might be like some fallout from. No, that's not Arn.
Who is this?
Is that Arn?
That's Arn.
Oh,
he took off the sweats.
He put on his.
He took off the sweats. Arn Anderson took off the sweats because he's on the mat
it was
now.
okay now. Right. I don't want to. He didn't want to disrespect the wrestling gods. I get it.
Oh
He put your
shit,
gear
that's
on when you in
funny.
your dojo.
I thought this nigga was a completely different dude. He just took off the goddamn sweatsuit. This is
that was
hilarious.
Jimmy Hart loving this shit.
All right, just to paint the picture now. Chaos. Like I'll finish that. This is chaos. the Mega Powers on the ground. You have Butterbean Light, Ric Flair, Glock Anderson, and Debo all just standing menacingly and doing random things. Macho Man just got thrown face first into a cage, and Debo is absolutely demolishing Hulk Hogan.
Yep.
And then what is this? I kept fucking forgetting his name. The Ultimate Solution is kind of just standing there.
People. Yep.
And now he's throwing some punches. I mean, this dude's literally doing nothing. Rick dropped some shit. Nope, Randy, don't go for that. That's not for you. What are they calling spots now? Are they gonna try to escape?
I guess so. Which is even more ridiculous, because what does that mean?
Oh, there's Brutus. They handed him some frying pans and more.
Brother Brutai.
Oh, God. Are they just... Oh, they're beating him with frying pans now. Yes. Okay. The Booty Man just ran in and handed Macho Man and Hogan frying pans.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Frying pans. So now they're going around playing whack-a-mole with everybody, just beating the shit out of them with frying pans. This is trash. This just dropped it to a 1-star grap level. Oh, here comes the Lex Express. What's he gonna do?
Nothing.
Get hit with a frying pan as well?
Stand there.
Nope, hits Hogan. Hogan's on the outside, or not the outside, but outside the ropes. Goes up to Macho. All right, he's clearing him, I guess. What is this? Pulls out the OJ glove, except he did do it. What's gonna happen now? What is it? This is a mandible claw?
Dude, you beats me.
What was that?
Thing is. Is that like a coal miner's glove type
Wait,
shit?
what just happened? Did you see that?
Lex Luger's hand? No idea what that was.
They tried to do a spot where they accidentally hit Flair, but he I don't know. We gotta watch that again.
All right.
Wait, that was it?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Wait, no.
You had to escape.
Whoa. Did you?
Hey, Randy Anderson thinks it's over, so by golly, it's over.
Stop the music. Okay, hold on. I got a question. Matter of fact, I got a problem. Hold on. I gotta go back and look at this. Okay, watch this. So he puts on the glove. This is supposed to be the spot. This is the ending. This is the final spot. Flair's holding Macho Man. He's supposed to duck. Do you see that? He hesitated and then throws another one.
I see what you're saying. Man.
And that's the finish. And Macho Man avoids the hit. They're like, let's escape. And then Hogan's like, wait, we gotta pin somebody. And so they go back to pin him and then escape.
Yep. Sounds all right to me. AKA not right at all.
That is by far the worst Hogan finish I have ever seen. That is so trash. Funny. Lex Luger botched the fucking spot and drew back the punch and then hit Flair. Debo's on the outside just like, oh my God, I don't know where I'm at. And then they forget they gotta pin somebody to get out of the match.
Right.
Nah, this is terrible. This was bad. This is the worst WCW main event I've ever seen.
Yep. Accurate.
This is the worst.
Not a lot to really talk about, man. It was just it's just gimmick after gimmick. It's a gimmick on a gimmick on a gimmick.
It's a gimmick on a gimmick on a gimmick that fucked up the finish. You fucked up the finish of the gimmick, like big time. Lex Luger. No, this just gives me more reason to say fuck Lex Luger, because that you totally botched it. Even if that went smooth, it was still a stupid finish. But the fact that you drew back the punch and then hit Flair, come on, dude. Like,
yeah, no.
You fucked it up. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. That was this pay-per-view was an F in my opinion. I can't find anything redeemable other than the Conan and Eddie Guerrero match. Yeah. But that was all the way at the beginning of the card. This is an F. Yeah. This is a bad like this is a fucking F, bro.
It feels like it was 3 pay-per-views ago that we talked about that match. That's sad. I gotta give it at least, man, a D+, or would it be D-? That's closer to F. Because there was a couple things that went right on this campus to that point, to this match, but not a ton. It was just literally Ray and Conan and Eddie, the Belfast Bruiser beating the shit out of Steven Regal to the point he was bleeding. We forgot to bring up that they drew blood in that match. Yeah. And then everything else. This match was literally just a clusterfuck of bullshit. None of it made sense to the point of what you said. The fact that there was no rhyme or reason behind, like, how did they end the match? They, quote, escaped out of the ring, which is wild to me.
After he calls him to go pin him again. Like, that's what I don't get.
It's confusing, bro.
Lex hits Ric Flair, and then what happens to Lex? Lex just is there, and then Macho goes to pin Flair, and it's like, where the fuck is everybody else? There's 6 niggas in this ring, and one dude gets pinned, and nobody does a thing.
My favorite part of the match was Arn Anderson showing up in his gear.
That was the highlight of the match.
Maybe he went in the back to put on his gear. He
absolutely had it on under. He absolutely had it on under.
I hope he did.
Yeah.
What a main event. And that's why I wanted to review this pay-per-view this evening. And guys, pray for me and Wiseman when we have to watch these terrible pay-per-views. They really skew our minds around wrestling. At least me, I can speak for myself. It makes me not want to watch wrestling, but then I have to remember, like, everything is not this. What it will be in regards to terrible graps, and have just to let it be. Yeah, man. Sorry to do that to you. It's been a while since we watched a pay-per-view that bad. And I don't think, no, I'm not gonna say that part. I'll just leave it there. Anything in closing about this shit show, Wiseman, you got it for these people? Disclaimers, things to protect people's eyes from, to tell them to keep ahead.
The whole pay-per-view. Uncensored 96. Slap a warning label, toxic. This is a 1-star classic in your local gym. This is not 7 stars in the Tokyo Dome. Dave Meltzer does not approve of this pay-per-view. I think he was probably reviewing at this time. I would be very, very interesting to see what he said about this. I don't follow Meltzer that closely, but I would love to see what people rated this shit show of a pay-per-view. This main event should have never been booked. The logic of it was trash. Hulk Hogan should never have creative control for anything in his career. Thank God for the NWO. I don't understand how Sting, Booker T, and the Road Warriors put on a trash 30-minute match, but they did. Whoever booked Colonel Robert Parker and Medusa needs to be evaluated. And thank God Conan went full cholo, because that Ultimate Warrior gear was trash. Other than that, yeah, check it out if you want to. Warning label for sure. God damn.
I think should we put a parental advisory sticker on the cover of this?
I'm definitely slapping a parental advisory on this one, because this shit was a hot plate of ass, bro.
Stinky graps. Oh, for sure.
1 star on the graps. 1 star on the graps meter. That, like, oh God.
Well, again, guys, sometimes we gotta watch the bad to appreciate the decent in this world, and I think that's one of these situations. With that said, we'll be coming at y'all with some heat, some better represented heat than what we saw today. But the Wiseman had to see that to understand that happened. Even though I didn't see it live, I felt like I was there because I knew all the players and the places and things happening. But
the gut feeling it gave me made me feel like I was there live. Like,
yeah.
It was bad. Yeah, please.
Yeah.
take us out of here. So, yeah, man,
we out,
we
man. Don't you worry. I'm firing the spaceship up now, man. We going back home. With that being said, this has been another episode of the greatest duo reviewing this old school graps and old school stinky graps, as I said, of all mankind. The BA and the Wiseman. BA here taking us out on behalf of the Wiseman. We'll catch you on the next one. Later.